How's it going, YouTube? Andrew from Team Gladiator here. I'm going to be showcasing you my Regenesis Kashtira deck profile for the current format. I know we should be getting a Forbidden and a Limited list any day now, potentially later today, most likely on Monday coming up. But I just wanted to showcase this right now for the current format. I do have regionals coming up next week on Saturday, September 13th. 2025 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So as of this point in time, this is the list I'll most likely be taking, maybe changing a card here or there, but for the most part, this is my current list. Reason I wanted to profile this is we got the new time rules now, how it's now 50-minute rounds instead of 45, and you cannot go to time. You go to time, you're both going to get, the match loss basically, so you do not want to go to time anymore. Sadly, this deck is a slower, grindy type of deck. It's nothing that you can really control, just how the deck plays. And with your opponents having these, potential 10-minute turns, and then your deck not being a fast deck, not where you take a lot of time in your turns, just it's a grindy deck. You keep recycling your stuff and everything. And because of that, the matches in this deck do tend to take a while. Luckily, the 5 extra minutes in the round for 50 minutes now, those 5 minutes should really make a difference with this deck. I feel a lot of times when you do go to time with this deck, you're gonna finish your match within 5 extra minutes if you had them on most occasions, from what I've noticed. So because of that, having 50-minute rounds, I really think this deck will be able to avoid time a lot, but it's gonna be tight sometimes. So I'm just going to show you this. Also with the new time, because of the new time rules, there's some stuff I'm playing in the side deck now that I'm going to show you. And hopefully, it's a good meta call. I really do think there's some stuff that I've been trying out when they revealed this change a bit ago, and then they took it back and said they were using it for Worlds and it will get implemented most likely in the future. We all knew it was coming, so I've been looking into some stuff, trying to research it a little bit, just for when it is ready. So as of right now, this is what I'm going with. Again, we should be getting a Forbidden Unlimited list, most likely, I would say probably on Monday. So the Philly Regional on the 13th is going to be very interesting. We're going to have the new time rules, and we're most likely going to have a new Forbidden Unlimited list for that event. Reason I'm saying it comes out most likely before the Regional, because shortly after that, you have a bunch of different YCSs throughout the world, like back to back to back to back, basically. So they kind of need to release it this week. It's going to suck. We have a Philly Regional, like I said, on the 13th. There's also, I believe, a Los Angeles Regional on the 13th as well. That's 2 huge regionals in America that are most likely going to be under a new Forbidden and Unlimited list and the new time rules. So with that out of the way, I'm going to get into my deck profile. I'm going to go over the main, extra, and side. Again, this is most likely what I'm playing, depending on what happens with the list if we do get it beforehand. Might change a card here or there, but this is what I'm going with. So the main deck, it's a 44-card main deck. It's actually really good, really consistent, and I'm really liking it a lot. You got a 3 Regenesis Archfiend, of course. It's the main boss monster of the deck. Just searches literally any of your Regenesis cards. He's just phenomenal. You got the Omni Negating Sage, the Regenesis Lord, which when he's summoned, you can set a Regenesis spell or trap from your deck to your back row. And then when he battles, he's a 5k beater and he has piercing. You got Warrior, he bounces a monster. And then we got Dragon, which banishes a spell or trap. This is basically a big out to the Yummy Field spell. Or whatever else you need to do. So this is huge. There's also, as you saw from when I had the deck laid out, I am siding Lava Golem, so you can summon Lava Golem. Most of the Regenesis monsters, what they do besides Archfiend and Lord, they're a little different for how they work. If there's a monster with 2500 attack or defense on the field, you can special stuff. So in the side, you have the Lava Golem. You can special Lava Golem over 2 of your opponent's monsters. You can then summon the Warrior because Lava Golem has 2500 defense, and then you can use Warrior to tribute itself, bounce the Lava Golem back, and you can just, kind of recycle Lava Golem there. So that's Regenesis monsters. You're also playing 3 Kashtira Unicorn, again, 2500 beat stick. That's all you want with this. And you got 3 Fenrir just to kind of search, get to your engine pieces, get to Unicorn, so you can do some combos. Also the level 7, so you can make your Exceed plays. For the hand drop, just 6 of them for the monsters. We got 3 Ash Blossom, and we're playing Droll. We're not playing any Moltramies. That may be a little controversial. This deck doesn't really need it. This deck has so much interruption with how they can destroy cards by going into the extra deck and whatnot, that you really don't need that hand advantage with the Moltramies, how they give you that. This deck does recycle a lot of you guys back too, so you're not really worried about the hand advantage or anything like that. You just kind of want interruption for your opponent, not for them to keep doing stuff and give you the draws. You want ashes, you want drills, just to kind of counter their plays. For the spells, we are playing triple Regenesis. It's your reinforcement of the army for the deck. Triple Regenesis Code. This is your emergency teleport, and we're playing one cycle. What this does, when there's a monster with 2,500 attack or defense on the field, you can destroy one card your opponent controls. That's a whatever effect. The other part of it, though, is if you control Regenesis Lord, you can destroy 2 instead. So you can summon the Lord, you can set cycle, and because it's a normal spell, you can activate it right away, and you can destroy 2 cards that your opponent controls. It can easy clear 2. Again, when Lord battles, he goes up to 5k, and he does have piercing if that does come up. But this is just, an easy way to just get it and to get rid of 2 cards your opponent controls. Playing 3 planet, Kashtira field spell, 1 Theosis, and 1 Kashtira birth. This is just your standard Kashtira stuff right there. For the other spells, playing 3 eclipse, just for another interrupt basically. Playing 3 extravagance and 1 prosperity just for consistency. This is just really good. These are very easy side deck cards out for when you're deciding certain things in. So these plus the Kashtira field spell are very easy side out cards. And then to finish the spells, we got 1 talents and 1 called by the grave. Onto the traps, we just play 4 of them. You're playing 3 Imperm and 1 Kashtira, Regenesis Birth. This is basically a Book of Moon, and then it's kind of like a Soul Charge or a Return from the Different Dimension for a bunch of different Kashtira cards as well. Regenesis cards. So that's the main deck. Onto the extra deck. Got 1 Big Eye, 1 Draco Sack, got Red Eyes Flare Metal. There's a lot of times when you are attacking with stuff and you'll leave your opponent with like 500 life points left. So you just make the Red Eyes, and then they literally, unless they have the perfect cards like Dark Ruler No More or Droplet or something like that, they can't activate any cards because they will lose you the game. So at that point, you just win out on your next turn. So this card is very, very, very good. Got the 1 Dark Arm, just an easy pop 2 as well. Very easy to make any of the level 7s. We got Kashtira Sangria. We got Typhon and Zeus, of course. Very standard right there. This is actually a proxy right here. I am waiting on it in the mail. I believe it should be here today or tomorrow. But this is a mega fleet, basically, for the Christian Canine matchup, basically. It doesn't always come up, but when it does, it's really, really insane. So this is a mega fleet. I'm just waiting on one right now in the mail. 1 Armorage, IP, SP, 1 World Gears. This is basically just nukes everything but itself. It is niche. It doesn't always come up, but if you can make this, it is phenomenal. Every time I've made it, I have won that game shortly after. 1 Unicorn, Access Code Talker, and a Bow. So onto the side, this right here is a pretty generic side. It's pretty generic for going first and for going second, because we don't know how the new format's going to shake up with the new time rules, and we don't know how it's going to shake up with a potential Forbidden Limited list right around the corner. I decided to go with pretty generic right here. So I got cards for strictly going first and cards strictly going second in here, not for against any specific matchup. They're all good for the most part against any and all matchups. So for the going second cards, we had the triple Lava Golem, of course. Showed you the little interaction with the Genesis Warrior. Just easily clears 2. It's a 2,500 stat line, so you can get your plays off. Really good. And obviously you can't normal or set. This deck really doesn't normal or set that often. When it does, it's just kind of for extending your plays, but it does not happen a whole lot. So, and it very rarely happens on your first turn. So this is just great. Some other going second cards. You got 2 Lightning Storm, and I'm playing 2 Regeki as well. This is just your 7 cards for when you're going second. Decide them in against really anything, and you just kind of clear the board and allows your plays to go off. And then for your going first cards, we got 1 Skill Drain. This is just really good against basically the entire meta right now. So Skill Drain is great. You got 2 Dragon's Mind, just, you know, negates any spell trap or monster effect, so it's an out to hand traps as well. And then if this is in your graveyard, you can pay 2,500 and set it, and then banish it when it leaves the field. So you kind of get 2 negates out of it, but you do have to control a monster with a 2,500 stat line to be able to use it, but that's not too often. So this is, again, 3 amazing going first cards right there. We also have 2 warning in here right now. I'm going back and forth between 2 warning and 2 strike. Right now I'm kind of thinking towards warning, just because the Dragon's Mind is kind of like a strike where it works on monster effects. So I'm sticking with the 2 warning. And then the last 3 are 3 Solemn Judgments. Reason I feel am siding all these Solemns, first off, Solemns are pretty good right now, but also all these cards right here, you don't really care about paying life right now when you're in game 3. If you're going first in game 3 and you're getting close to time, you know, the rule in the past was don't play any Solemns, don't play any cards that are gonna, you know, give your opponent life or burn you life. You know, you want to be careful with that, because if you go into time at that point, you know, you're gonna potentially lose the game and the match if that's the case. Now, because you can't really go to time and whatnot, side Solemns in when going first in game 3 if you're getting close. The worst case scenario, you lose anyways. The best case scenario, you play a Solemn, you play a warning, you play a strike, you play something to negate your opponent's plays, slows them down, but depending on what the hand is, it could very well end their turn, and then allows you a turn to go off, do your stuff. You know, if paying 4,000 life points to negate something just so I can make my plays on my next turn and win that game, instead of going to time where we both are going to lose the match, it's just phenomenal. Or paying 2,000 or paying 15 with strike or whatever. So don't be afraid to play Solemns going into game 3 if you're going first. Now, I do think they're going to be phenomenal cards with the new time rulings. We'll see how it goes, of course, but I really do feel like if you're not playing Solemns in your side right now, especially for game 3 with the new time rules, then you're doing something wrong. So definitely try out Judgments, try out Warnings, Strikes. You can play Dragon's Mind, do that. You can play Skill Drain, do that. I definitely think all of these cards right here are just going to be phenomenal going into this new format with how everything's going on. So again, that's my list, guys. That's my Kashtira Regenesis deck. Comment, like, subscribe. Yeah, again, we're probably going to get a ban list most likely within the next week or so. But as of right now, this is the list I'm going to be going to the Philadelphia Regional on the 13th with. Anyways, guys, peace out. Later, YouTube.